WNYWatercooler.com.
You're right. I couldn't care less about being 8-8 and 9-7 and making the playoffs. Like, it won't even do anything for me. I want to be actually good.
Actually good.
Yeah. Like, you guys want to keep?
In
let's
4
just try
years?
and get all these Band-Aids and get lucky one year.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Welcome back. WNYWatercooler.com podcast. I'm Steve, your host. We're on Twitter. We're on iTunes, YouTube. We got the blog. And we got Miracles on Miracles. Also, we got Wreck and Coast on the line.
What's up,
Boys.
We're not discussing coaching candidates today.
Well, give me 4 more days.
GM candidates. Like, what? This is new to us.
No, we're about to win 3 on the road and head to Super Bowl 46 or whatever it is, 51.
52.
I think it's 52 or 53, but I don't know. I've been listening to some of this national media. No one gives us a chance, and let's talk about the last Sunday first. I was at a bar. I was at Bada Bing on Chippewa. The Bills winning seemingly was like an afterthought, although it was actually pretty close. We give up the friggin' onside kick, and we end up winning. Then they instantly put on the Cincy game. The audio is blasting, everyone's watching, and that play, I swear, when the ball went in the air, I thought I saw a flag, so I didn't move. I just froze. I freeze. Everyone else just goes insane. And, of course, I'm just looking for the flag. I'm looking for that little fucking yellow goddamn little picture to come up, and it never comes up. And then everyone was just going berserk.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Dude, I still think I'm, like, dreaming, but since he was dominating that whole game, and then the refs, it seemed like the refs wanted Baltimore to win, and all of a sudden Baltimore, since he had a pick 6 to go up 14 in the third quarter, and then next thing you know, Baltimore's up 3 with like 6 minutes to go. Dalton goes 3 and out, gives the ball back to Baltimore. Baltimore gives the ball back to Cincy with a minute or 2 left. Next thing you know, it's like Cincy's going backwards, 4th and 12, and then next thing you know, the drought's over. And I'm booking flights and I book a flight to Jacksonville when I'm like pretty much blackout drunk. So now I'm pretty much going to Jacksonville Friday morning. I'm looking at cheap like $50 hotels near downtown.
Wow, so you have a flight booked, no hotel or ticket to the game?
Yeah, no ticket. I just downloaded the Jacksonville Jaguars app. I guess they're selling like a couple hundred tickets tomorrow at 3:00, so I'll probably have zero chance of getting any of those. But yeah, flight Friday morning at 6 a.m. and comes back Monday night at like 8 p.m.
Nice. Yeah, that Bengals Ravens game was like an emotional roller coaster. Since he scores 20 seconds left in the first half or whatever it was, 30, to go up 14, next thing you know, Baltimore's returning a kickoff 88 yards, cuts it to 17 and a half. You feel at that point that the game's just over. And then not even 5 minutes later, McCoy's like punching the turf, getting carted off the field. It's just like 5 minutes earlier, it's like, wow, we might actually pull this off. Then they get the pick six, like Tim said, to make it 14, kind of make up for that kick return, and then it seemed like Cincy had nothing after that. They had like less than 40 yards of offense or something before that last drive in the second half, and then
that fourth and 3 run by Alex Collins, where he went out left and he was completely
blown up, blew it up.
He was blown up, and the next thing you know, he turns the corner. I almost lost my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah,
I almost lost my fucking mind.
That 4th and 3, I just see our playoff hopes just going in the garbage. But before that, Bill scored a touchdown. I don't remember what the touchdown was. We score, and then I go take a piss. I come out, and then I see that crazy pick six. Like, that was probably maybe a minute, or maybe 2 minutes in real time right after the Bills scored. After that, it was like, this is over. And then, yeah, Cincinnati just laid an egg the whole second half.
That touchdown by Boyd, that was one of the best sports moments in my life. I mean, that's hard to top as far as just like a pure, like, single moment of just like happiness with sports. Like, 17-year drought, you think you have zero chance. It's 4th and 12. You're depending on Andy Dalton. After 2nd and 15, he throws it away. 3rd and 15, he throws like a 3-yard dump off to the whoever to set up a 4th and 12. I mean, you're thinking there's no chance, and then he steps up and fires a dart like 30 yards down, 25 yards downfield to Tyler Boyd, and Boyd just splits the secondary and scores. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, it was insane. I had no idea what receiver it was. I was just going absolutely nuts. Yeah, that was fucking insane. Absolutely insane. And I don't know. I just hate. I'm glad it was Baltimore too. Fuck them.
I hate Baltimore, man. That made me so happy. Like you guys were saying, the refs like wanted them in, and
yeah.
It's like surprising that they didn't get some phantom call. The Bengals even got the calls in that last drive they got because there's an interception they called defensive holding that saved us, and and then there was like a PI on the Ravens sideline. Harbaugh's like losing his mind. The guy was absolutely bugged. I don't know what he's arguing. He got held like 6 times. I can't stand Harbaugh or the Ravens. I'm so glad they're out. I mean, that team was a joke. I mean, their schedule. You want to talk about joke schedules. Theirs was pathetic.
Considering their strength of victory was significantly worse than ours. I mean, that 2 games against the Browns hurts that. But the Browns basically got revenge on them a little bit because of that. But yeah,
that was great. My Browns coming through for us. My Bengals coming through for us. Baltimore's strength of victory was under 30%.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, though, the Browns, but still.
Yeah, I was listening to Guess the Lines with Cousin Sal and Simmons today, and they pretty much destroyed the Bills the entire time. And
yeah, I just listened to that too.
They were saying that the Ravens' point margin was like 90, the Chargers were like 70, and the Bills were negative 50. And I don't know, Simmons was pretty much thought the Bills were pretty much the worst team in the NFL to ever make the playoffs. Pretty much.
Yeah. Point differential is like, we lost 2 games by a combined 67 points. We lost 2 games by a combined 67 points. So I feel like our point differential is a little bit skewed. Like,
probably because we had a fucking pizza delivery man in one of those games as quarterback.
We hit like a rut in the season where we just got crushed like 3 games in a row. Like, that obviously hurt our point differential. But when you're playing terrible teams week in, week out, you're playing the Browns twice, and
dude, we almost lost to David Fales.
We didn't almost lose. That game was a joke.
They had the ball driving, dude.
Down 8.
Yeah, Doug McDermott tries to get cute and going for 2 in the 3rd quarter, and next thing you know, Fales is driving for the win when we have an 18-year playoff drought about to friggin' I couldn't believe we almost blew that game.
I don't think we almost blew it. It was never in doubt.
We did.
No, we didn't. Why? Because they recovered an onside kick. They scored 1 touchdown in the game. I'm not like, let's chill out here a little bit.
We didn't drop the hammer on them.
The same thing happened in the first game. Yeah, our onside kick coverage needs to like figure something out soon because they suck. But We dominated the game. It was 22 to 3. Our entire team probably started watching the Ravens game and I don't know, paying attention. They probably stopped paying attention. I think about Baltimore or Cincy.
Dude, our running backs are Mike Tolbert and fucking Dennis Murphy, bro.
Shady's gonna play. He dressed today. He was limping around a little, but I mean, if the guy was highly likely to not play, I think he'd be like sitting with the fucking ankle in a boot the whole time and like a barometric pressure, some sort of chamber.
I think if he was likely to not play, we would have. We picked up some guy in the practice squad, right?
Yeah, some dude from TCU.
But, yeah.
Wouldn't we have signed someone like to the roster if I don't know. I mean, I guess
you don't know, but he could play. He could play one drive and then go out. Who knows? I have no idea.
Yeah, if it's just like a normal ankle sprain, he could be fine. There's 5 days until the game, 4 days until the game. We'll see. But
who else didn't practice for us today? Kyle Williams.
On Wednesday, yeah, there's a few players, but the only one that really was any concern was Deontay Thompson.
Yeah,
he was questionable all last week. Well, actually, Deion Dawkins didn't practice, but I mean, Wednesday's day, that doesn't really mean shit. I'd be paying more attention to Friday.
Is Jordan Mills okay?
What the fuck do I know? I don't think he was on the injury report.
So this is who didn't practice.
He got carted off last Sunday.
There's a couple guys that didn't practice that
Jesus
are concerned.
Christ.
So this is the list of people who didn't practice today. Lorenzo Alexander.
Playoff game, Janice. Wake the fuck up.
I gotta use my computer and my fucking phone to do all this shit. I'm doing everything. I can't look up all this stuff while I'm talking.
I have the list.
Oh, all right.
Guys,
go ahead.
relax.
Oh, sure, Mike. Go ahead.
Go, Coast.
We have the two players were resting, Alexander and Kyle Williams.
Resting? Why is Alexander resting during a playoff week on a Wednesday?
I don't know. He's 37 and he's pretty much useless to our team. I don't really care.
'Cause he's doing media hits all goddamn week.
McCoy wasn't obviously McCoy. Jordan Mills didn't practice.
Oh boy.
Deontay Thompson didn't practice. Sharice Wright concussion. Matt Milano hamstring. That's concerning. And limited was Benjamin Clay and Webb. Webb needs to be ready to go.
What does Webb do? He makes one tackle?
Webb, he's going to get probably 7 carries Sunday.
Jesus.
Does he have any carries this year?
Joe Webb?
Yeah.
We used him a lot in that Pats game. He had a couple. And the Colts game, he came in and actually played quarterback, but
he did the Wildcat. They didn't hand it off to him.
That's what I mean, Wildcat. We got to if McCoy is limited, we got to
empty the chicken.
We need to open it up and get this team playing high tempo and get ahead and have Bortles need to throw the ball.
It's literally the opposite of what I would do.
Aaron Green is the running back we signed. No, we had to throw the fucking kitchen sink at this. We got to do everything completely different than we've been doing. I mean, clearly our offense is about as limited as any offense possible. We got to roll Shady. We got to roll Tiny out. We got to use actually Tyrod Taylor's strengths for once in his goddamn career.
I'm saying you just play your normal game against the Jags and save all the tricks and bells and whistles for Gillette and on January 14th. You can beat this team. Just don't turn the ball over. If you can get an early lead, like Tim said, you're in good shape. But this is the Jacksonville Jaguars we're talking about. Doug Marrone, they won one more game than us this season.
Dude, I think there's going to be a lot of Bills fans there, to be honest with you.
I just saw a tweet that 20% of the seats on vividseats.com were all purchased. 20% were purchased from 716 area code or Western New York, which is
not to mention all the Floridians that are Bills fans.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I'm sure people will be buying the day of and stuff. I don't know.
The 585s too, 315s. There's 20,000 Bills fans there.
At least.
And McDermott, to put a bow on this Jordan Mills talk, who probably half the people listening to this don't know who that is. He said this is direct quote. He's okay. He's got a little bit of an ankle. Won't practice today. We'll see. So maybe he'll play. I don't know.
It's all right. We got Connor McDermott and my boy Groy ready to go.
Yeah, great, Groy. Dukas me.
Dukas.
I don't know. I'm not really worried about it. We're gonna have five guys out there that are gonna be playing their ass off, biggest game of their life. It doesn't matter.
Don't you think?
Except they got to block Calais Campbell and Marcel Darius, and
Darius isn't a starter, so just let's not say
he played 63% of the snaps.
Four better players.
He played 63% of the snaps last week, 62% the week before that.
At least three. At least three.
You're lost.
They don't have three better linemen than Darius.
There's not three. I don't know if there's three in the AFC.
Okay, when he was on the Bills, you wouldn't have said that.
Let's not talk about Marcel Darius. We can't get wrapped up in this. This week is too joyous, too important. I'm going to call the coach by his real name. I called Tiny, but that one's just. I'll call him Sean McDermott this week.
He is tiny.
And yeah, well, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to argue about Darius. I don't even want to talk about Nick Peterson or whatever that pizza man delivery guy's name is. I want to talk more about Leonard Fournette. I want to talk about Alan Hearns. Marquise Lee said he's playing. He had a high ankle sprain 2 weeks ago. He hasn't practiced or played since then. He said he's going to go. And this is going to be a fucking epic game. Why? I'm shocked we're the 1 o'clock game instead of the early 4 hide when all the like weirdos are at church.
Yeah, no, Jadis, I agree. They Hearns is good. He's like his third or fourth year. D.D. Westbrook and Keelan Cole has had over 20 catches in the last 2 weeks. So they got Mercedes Lewis and a bunch of backs, but I mean, they might just feed Fournette and try to just pound us because they have no respect for Rick Dennison's offense. Is my guess.
Well, all right. Let's guess. Everyone's talking about Joe Leonard Fournette. This guy's so friggin' good. How many yards rushing do you think he had this year?
I looked up a few things.
No idea.
Fournette.
He had 1,040 yards rushing, 3.9 a carry. I mean, he had 9 touchdowns, but 3.9 a carry? Because Blake Bortles can't throw the ball. So you stick 7-8 in the box. I mean, he's a beast, but he ran for 69 last week. The week before that was 48. I mean, he had 101 against Seattle in a big win. But
he played 13 games. He averaged 4 yards a carry in 4 out of 13 games. And 2 of those games were because he had like a 90-yard run and a 75-yard run. Since week 10, he's averaging 3.2 yards per carry. He hasn't been, I mean, I had him on his fantasy team too. He really hasn't been good for a long time, and I think he's like not 100% either. So, I don't want to say I'm scared of Leonard Fournette because we've gotten lit up by some running backs this year, but Fournette really hasn't been like amazing. Now, 1,040 yards, I mean, he hasn't been great. Under 4 yards an attempt.
Yeah, but for a big guy, he can break long runs too, and we've seen susceptible to long runs.
Hell yeah.
Drake even tore us up last week. Deion Lewis. I mean, yeah, Milano's not bad, but I don't know. I mean, R.J. Humber. Ryan Davis, like, our front seven is pretty much a bunch of nobodies, besides old-ass fucking Kyle Williams, which everyone at Buffalo has, like, been blowing this guy for the last, like, 2 weeks. It's annoying as fuck.
They're giving him the Fred Jackson treatment. It is really goddamn annoying. I mean, Kyle Williams...
The guy's a career loser. He's won... Give me a break. Kyle Williams...
At least he went to LSU.
Jackson, they fucking... I hate both those guys. They're career losers, but anyways, Williams was a great player, but he hasn't been great in like 3 years at least.
Don't you have to kind of give a guy some props for staying with this team for the past 13 seasons?
No.
All right. Well, fair.
How did
I give him credit, man. Staying here for 30. He's been a free agent twice, right? He signed here. He could have left. I mean, I give a guy a little bit of credit.
I wish he would have left.
He obviously likes Buffalo. Like, to me, that's worth something. And yeah, I agree. He hasn't been great lately, and it was a little too much maybe with his kids in the locker room. That was kind of weird. But like,
oh my God, dude.
But you gotta have respect for a guy that sticks around Buffalo for 13. This is his 13th year, and he hasn't been to the playoffs. And I dig that.
Respect? You would think he's like Teddy Bruschi or Willie McGinnis with the amount of dick sucking he's getting from people around here. Holy shit!
He's probably a better NFL player than both of those guys.
Yeah, a lot less playoff wins.
Yeah, because he's played with. We don't need to go through the list of quarterbacks.
We know who he's played with.
To the one quarterback those guys played with.
Well, how much do you think his career earnings are there, Mr. Show respect for the guy?
Kyle Williams?
Yeah. How much do you think he's made in 12 seasons?
Probably like $100 million.
No.
What? Well, that was a terrible guess, but 51,728,000. So I think he's gotten enough.
Didn't he sign a $50 million contract like a couple years ago? I don't know.
He signed 3 years. He signed 3 years, 22.
$50 million over 13 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
Wasn't he a rookie in 05?
He's played 12 seasons. I'm looking at it right now. His rookie year was 06.
I thought he was drafted in 05.
Well, no.
Not bad.
No, that's all right. We all make mistakes.
Lewis, can you name our top our whole draft from that draft?
That's not that. We're not doing that shit right now. We have to keep.
Which draft?
We're talking about
the Kyle Williams draft.
Holy fuck!
I thought he was drafted in the 5th round maybe he was drafted in the 5th round in 06.
Either way, you name the other picks in that draft.
Well, it depends on the year because I don't associate drafts with like this guy. I know the year more than I would know.
So usually, what happens is you get drafted in 2018, and then you make your debut in 2031. Yeah, It was 2006. All right, 2006.
Coach obviously doesn't know, so he's just changed. He's trying to backtrack. But anyways,
didn't we draft Whitner in the 1st round?
Yes, we did.
How did the 49ers score 44 points 2 weeks ago against this amazing defense?
Huh?
How did the San Francisco 49ers have 44 points against this amazing team 2 weeks ago?
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't want to sit here and say the Jaguars suck, but I think that they're getting a little too much love this season, and people are writing off the Bills a little too quickly in this game.
Nobody's writing the Bills off, dude. The Jags aren't that good.
You just talked about a podcast in which
we all listened to it.
That we were the worst playoff team.
Oh yeah, Bill Simmons and dude,
But then you just said nobody's writing us off. But there was 2 people you just mentioned that were writing us off.
Yeah.
Bill Simmons is a Patriots fucking fuckboy, man. Give me a break.
Right, but I'm just saying. So
I mean, Colin Cowherd picked us to win today.
Did he?
Yeah.
Love it.
I didn't hear that, but either way, the line. What did you guys think the line would have been? Is it 7.5? Is it 9? I'm seeing 2 different numbers.
I see it. It's basically. I think it's like 8 to 9 right now.
Yeah, I've seen 9 Buffalo plus like 115, but I mean I think it'll go down around game time, but who knows?
I think that if McCoy, I thought it would be like 6. And if McCoy was 100%, it probably would be like 7, maybe. But
what? All right, whatever.
Yeah, I figured it'd be like 6.5, 7. I didn't think it would be as high as 9. But
I'm surprised it's high.
That's an outrageous line, in my opinion. 9 points. Blake Bortles in a playoff game. I mean,
right.
It's not like they have it. Everyone says the Bills don't have any weapons, which is true. But what weapons do the Jacksonville Jaguars have? I'm just not scared. Jaguars, yeah. What Jaguars? What is that? Why do people care?
They got Joe Leonard Fournette. They got D.D. Westbrook, Keelan Cole, Alan Hearns. Come on.
Alan Hearns has been hurt the whole year.
Weapons. Is Zay Jones a weapon? Is this
No.
guy going to show up?
I'm confident. I think our secondary is really good. And I think
that didn't answer the question. Is Zay Jones who's our top weapons besides Chuck Clay this week?
Steve just said our offense is like one of the least dynamic offenses of all time. No one said that we have
of all time. Okay, close.
Not of all time, but
of the season. No one said that we have weapons. Yeah, I don't understand why you're like going off asking who our weapons are. No one said we had weapons.
Our offensive DVO is 20.
We gotta put some points on the board.
Our offensive DVOA is 26. Really, all we need to do is score one more point than they do. That's really all we need to do, actually.
Yeah, it's all we need to
Our
do.
defense isn't that good. They're not. Jags will score 20 at least.
All we have to do. The key is to. I mean, this fits right into Tyrod Taylor's strength, man. Just don't turn it over and punt all day.
Jesus Christ.
You know that we're in good shape when the keys to the game are to punt the ball and for Tiny Tyrod to not turn the ball over. I think all the pressure, I mean, if we really want to start talking about it, all the pressure's on Jacksonville. They have to win this game. I'm kind of a little nervous about how, we might be, we're just glad we're here. But honestly, I don't think that we have that mentality. I think we're going to go down there. We hate Doug Marrone. We want to stick it to Doug Marrone. And I think that we're motivated. And I think that the Bills and the Jaguars, the difference isn't that much. I mean, they have their front seven is a lot better, and they have one of their corners is a lot better than our top corner. But if EJ Gaines is in there and Tre'Davious is in there, it's not that big of a drop off compared to their secondary. And our safeties are much better. We give up way less big plays down the field.
Yeah, they're susceptible to the big play. And
Ghost.
What?
Question: If we do win Sunday, do we have a chance to go to New England and get a win?
Definitely.
Definitely. Wow.
We've played New England tough. If the refs didn't screw us with that Benjamin play, I really think we could have won that game. That changed everything.
True, but that game meant really nothing compared to what it meant for them, compared to what it meant to us.
And they still smoked us, but yeah, I mean that play.
All
right, let's talk about that next week. But I was just wondering, quick take, just I don't know.
My answer to that question is no, 0% chance. So I'll throw that out there.
Are you, Janice? You gonna get in the Cobalt? Or wait, you don't have the Cobalt anymore. You gonna get the whip if we win this week?
No, I'm not going to New England to watch us get slaughtered. You don't go to your own family's execution. I couldn't do that. It's just it's a waste of my time and money to do that because there's no chance. But I would have loved to go to Jacksonville. If we could have gotten 2 weeks advance notice, I could have pulled some strings, maybe done something here, done something there. But instead, we don't know until New Year's Eve, 6 days before 4 or 5 days before I had to book everything. Bad timing, and it's such a long distance, 16-hour drive.
Yeah, I should have bought game tickets before I bought plane tickets. Like I didn't think the price would go up so like $200 in like 3 hours. That was ridiculous.
If you fly down there and don't go to the game, I can't be.
I'm going to the game.
Just get a ticket at kickoff.
I just paid them $120.
They're down to 200. They're down to like 190 right now.
Yeah, they're going to keep going down. They'll go down until like Saturday morning, and when people like fly in there and don't have a ticket. And then, like, at kickoff, they'll go back down again. But, yeah, like I said, Thursday would be the best time to do it. I mean, I buy and sell these tickets all the time. So,
are there any real Jaguar fans?
No.
We'll see.
I mean, there were fans in the 90s when they came into our barn and did us and ended our greatest quarterback's career. And then they went on a tear in 99 as well, or 98. But I can't imagine. They haven't been in the playoffs in 10 years. They don't have any fans. They tarped off the entire upper decks of their stadium. They didn't even have a primetime game this year, and no one even knew that.
Didn't you say that?
I was in the stadium. I was in their stadium last year for Jags and Vikings, and they have a couple like pretty sick bars, and the tailgate's pretty weak though. But there's Bills Mafia's rolling into town on Friday morning.
So the 96 Jags were 9-7 and like barely squeaked in to the playoffs and had a negative point differential.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then went into our barn and beat us that year.
Well, the last time that it came down to the fourth tiebreaker, which it came down to for us this year, which is strength of victory, was the Packers when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, granted, they had Aaron Rodgers, but they also had Mike McCarthy, and Aaron Rodgers hasn't. Was he won one playoff game since then? Maybe two, like some cheap wild card game. So, I mean, yeah, we're in the tournament. We're staring across from Brady. Maybe we need a blizzard next week. But all we need is for Blake Bortles to be Blake Bortles and Bortles it up. And Bortles are Bortles. And, Tyrod can make a few plays. I feel like in the second half of these games, we never try. Or either we're trying or we're just awful, which is obviously quite possible. But our second half, we never do anything, ever on offense. We sit on leads. We don't have any killer instinct. I just hope that this offense completely shows me something that I haven't seen all year, which is unlikely. Now that I say that out loud.
I feel like Taylor in a few games this year, including last week, he had like 100-something yards like midway through the first quarter, and then he ends up with like 170 in the game. I don't understand what we do in the second half.
We're gonna be toting Lewis Murphy this week, or whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Marcus Murphy, guy could be a star. You never know.
Yeah. Real star.
Unlikely, but I'm a little disappointed in Tim's energy levels right now. Did you run out of coffee at your place? You're allegedly flying to Jacksonville in 2 fucking days to go to your first playoff game in 22 years, and you about as lethargic as Coast is on game day.
I'll be in Jacksonville in like 36 hours, bro.
I literally just said
call
that.
me from there. I'll do an extra podcast. I'll do a 10-minute pod segment on Friday or Saturday.
Well,
Janice, what's the actual odds that Tim is in the stadium Sunday?
I'm at this point, if he hasn't canceled his flight, he's going to take a bath on the flight. So I would say the odds are 90%. I mean, I could see him just getting drugged by some hooker or some 7 that's I'm from Buffalo too, drugs him, robs all his money, and he doesn't wake up until 2 o'clock and misses the first half of the game. I mean, that's always possible. So I'll say it's only 90%.
He's gonna actually go. I envision him at a bar in downtown Jacksonville during the game.
That would be the biggest.
I thought you were gonna say downtown Albany, cause I was gonna lose.
That would have been better.
But you actually have a plane ticket. I mean, it's probably non-refundable.
No, it's completely non-refundable.
So if you
I bought it New Year's Eve after I was been drinking for 8 hours.
If you fly to Jacksonville and aren't in the stadium, I might not talk to you again. What is the point of doing that?
I put it at 40, 60 that he does it. 40% he goes, 60% he doesn't. That's where I'm at.
No, I just gotta find a couple friends down there. I know Tim Betty's the only person I know, and Tim Betty and Salino are the only people I know that are actually definitely going.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on Ginger Betty. What is that noise? I wouldn't count on Betty. Anyone that says they're driving, Tim, I would not count on them at all.
I don't think Sean Betty's even going. He's a bitch.
I'll tell you right now, don't count on them. And just latch on to anyone you meet in Buffalo or in Jacksonville. Wear Bills gear the whole entire time. Maybe you'll run into someone that you know. I'm sure some franny's fuckboy that you saw naked in the fucking showers when you guys were 16 getting out of hockey practice or something. Maybe you'll sit with them.
Yeah. No, I think Tim Betty I think is flying. He's staying at the Hilton downtown Jacksonville. I'm gonna be at some joke motel.
I don't care about these weird details. But whatever.
Wait, one more question. Does anyone else in your family? So Ham doesn't have a ticket?
Ham doesn't even have a plane ticket.
So you're the only one that has
Your brother is a bitch. He ditched you hard.
Oh yeah, he said for sure he was going, and then I talked to him Monday morning, and he's like, "Oh, I got to see what I can do." So he's out.
Right. How many Bills playoff games have you been to?
One?
Which one?
Bills Jags.
That was your only Bills playoff game?
I think so.
Damn.
Me 0. So
0? Holy you gotta go to Gillette if they win.
I'm not spending $200 to go to watch Tom Brady stomp our throats in. I'd much rather go to Pittsburgh before I go to New England. I mean,
I've been to 5.
No, you haven't.
Swear to God.
Shut up.
Bills Oilers, Bills Raiders, Bills Chiefs, Bills Finns, Bills Jags.
You're at Bills Raiders?
I was at Bills Raiders divisional round in '93, and then Bills Chiefs AFC Championship '93, and
So
Bills Oilers comeback game.
Why aren't you going to Jacksonville? This is a better question, man.
yeah.
I guess I don't have a good answer to that.
Who brings their 8-year-old son to a... That's amazing, actually. That's
I was
incredible.
7 at the comeback game. 7.
That's incredible. I mean, my dad took me to some cold weather games, but I mean, that's amazing. Before we get to our predictions,
Chiefs playoff games were like the 20-degree below 0 wind chill games. It was crazy. Anyways, that's
Tim, how many catches do you think D.D. Westbrook has?
On the season?
Yeah.
How many what?
Catches D.D. Westbrook.
D.D.
This guy we're supposed to be scared of. This guy who got
No,
suspended.
I said Keelan Cole. Scared of Keelan Cole. I'll say D.D. Westbrook has 14 catches on the season.
Considering I've never heard of him, I'm going to go with
He was a stud at
definitely
Oklahoma.
under 20.
He had 27 and 1 touchdown. And also, so he has one more domestic violence arrest than he has touchdowns this year, but
Oh, this guy.
D.D.
He's not allowed to
Westbrook.
play? That's ridiculous.
Coach, do you know you don't know who Keelan Cole or D.D. Westbrook are, bro?
I've heard of Cole. He's actually done stuff this year. Westbrook.
Do you know?
I've heard of Westbrook now that we're talking about.
Do you know what? Do you know what schools Hearns and Marquise Lee went to?
Lee went to USC. Hearns went to... I have no idea where Hearns went.
Brutal.
Am I supposed to know where Hearns went?
He's a second round.
Was he even a star in college?
Yeah, Penn State.
Alan Hearns was at Penn State?
Yeah.
I just looked it up. It says Miami.
I don't even know who this
I was
Cole...
thinking Allen Robinson. My bad.
Good joke.
Yeah, you are a joke. I don't even
Alan
know who this...
Hearns. I thought Alan Hearns went to Penn State, but I
I
gotta check
just
that.
looked it up. Alan Hearns.
We're talking about stupid shit. Stop talking about this dumb stuff. All right. Yeah, Keelan Cole. I couldn't find him. Whatever. So let's wrap
He
this
got
up.
748 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. This guy's kind of a player.
Yeah,
Well-
no shit.
Yeah, because all their players, because their best receiver got hurt week 1.
Yeah.
All right, give me some hot takes and let's wrap this up. We're almost at 40 minutes here.
Didn't someone request we go an hour?
Yeah, I thought we were going for the hour cage match.
We brought up the 2006 Bills draft inexplicably. You wanted to argue about that. You're talking about 2 random people in West Seneca that no one has ever heard of that might be going to the game. You dropped your brother's nickname that he bailed on you that no one cares about. What else? We don't even know where these receivers went to school, or you pretend that you do, and you conflate them with someone else that got hurt.
There's a bunch of nobodies.
Because it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're a nobody franchise with nobody players. Everyone knows Blake Bortles because he's horrible. Everyone knows Doug Marrone because he talks about how he eats fucking bologna sandwiches and he's a fat bitch loser that quit on the Bills. I hope that guy gets hit by a truck on the way to the stadium on Sunday. Fuck the Jaguars.
I agree. Why did Marrone even like? He comes off in 9-17. We got some pretty good talent. Great.
Talking to your phone, we can't hear you. I need Shady McCoy on every drug known to man. Get him on meth. Get him on every painkiller. Inject everything into him. That guy's 85%. We have a pretty decent chance at this game. I'll go first with my prediction. I think we're going to lose by 3, and it's going to be a heartbreaker. And you know what? I'll take it. Because I haven't seen a fucking playoff game in this city in 18 years.
If we lose by 3, I'm gonna be just devastated. Our last two playoff games have probably each taken 5 years off my life. That Dolphins game,
At least.
you got the Molds fumble on the bomb on the first play. Brock Marion strips him from behind after like a 70-yard reception.
I'm still not over that.
Fumble to end the game, and then obviously the Titans game. Yeah, we're 5-point dogs at Adelphia Coliseum, and Rojo gets us down there. We get the lead. We're going nuts, and then it's like all of a sudden you're just. So hopefully we can break that string, but I think we can get the job done against this team. It's a 13-10 type game.
13-10 prediction, Bills. Wow.
Yeah, 13-10 Bills.
Better than my 20-17. Tim, take us out on a high note here. Give me like a quick rant or something. You're going to the game.
Yeah, I know. I need a ticket. I need the Florida Georgia weather to get in like the 50s, like ASAP, and get some bodies, get some skin showing at this tailgate. But yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have Eric Wood game worn on. That's it. No jacket. So I don't care if it's 30 degrees. I'm just gonna have game worn on. Shady's gonna play. Deontay Thompson's gonna have a touchdown. I'm gonna say Bills 27-21 in overtime.
Jesus Christ! Wow, 2 people with predicting a victory. I hope to God that's. I just hope for a memorable game. Although I don't want it to be a heartbreaker. I mean, but all right. Well, we'll talk to you boys next week. According to you two, I love it.
All right, later.
And look at him go! He could go all the way! Touchdown! 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 The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come on and shout. Yeah! Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The Bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, guys, where else would you rather be?